Well, another rapper actually just got arrested over a RICO case. A battle rapper named Sue Surf. I interviewed him a bunch of years ago. He was indicted by the feds for his alleged involvement with a criminal gang enterprise with the Rolling 60s Crips. He's being charged with conspiracy and possession of firearms and ammunition by a convicted felon. 9 other people are charged with the indictment, with charges from carjacking, drug possession, and drug distribution. One of the things they're saying he assisted in a shooting against a rival Crip gang member in 2017. But they're also saying that he uses Instagram to set up an MMDA drug deal.
I don't know what that is.
MMDA is, hold on a second. It's a drug. It's a psychedelic drug. I think Casanaova 2 times, who pled guilty to a RICO case as well, they got him over Instagram DMs and text messages and the such. It's crazy how, and listen, I hope that he ends up walking away from all this. I hope this whole thing is bullshit and, he could go home and get back to his music career and get back to his family. But things are tracked so carefully these days. Like one text message, one DM, not only are they going to get you for that, but they'll go and triangulate your position to show that not only did you send it, but we can confirm that you were there when you sent it. So you can't even say, oh, someone took my phone.
Right. Yeah, the evidence that they can use now is especially if you're using these phones, is crazy.
Because during the 80s, that's when cell phones were first coming out.
Yeah. Didn't many people have them, though.
Right. This was the beeper era.
Yeah.
This was the pull-out radio era. Remember that?
Yep. We still had phones, phone booths on the street. I can remember pulling up on phone booths all over the place, just pulling over, jumping.
Yeah, no, right. You get a page, then you go to a public phone booth, you put in a quarter, and you call the person that paged you with whatever code they sent you. And although it was cumbersome and, and so forth, it was a whole lot safer than what's
if you commit
now.
Crime, yeah. If you commit crime.
For crimes.
Yeah, for criminals, yeah. The phone booth was much better for criminals.
Right. Because there was no cameras around. No,
it wasn't cameras back then. It was, it was conducive for a criminal that's selling drugs. It was more conducive than if you got, we started using cell phones, though. For us, cell phones was pretty convenient, because when we first got them, you could get the burnouts, so it wouldn't be tied to you. And I don't know, but they had a way when I got indicted, they found all those phones too. They found all those numbers and they had all the numbers that I'd ever called. So they was pretty sufficient in about tracking your activity.
Were they actually tapping the lines though?
No. They just somehow they came up with the phone numbers because I thought because I was using burnouts that they didn't know the phone numbers because I didn't know the phone numbers. They had guys that used to could take your little NEC phones in and give them to them, and they would program it where it would just work for like 90 days or something. And you think, oh, this phone number is not attached to me, and then I get rid of the number before I ever get arrested. But they still was able to come up with all of those phone numbers that I had, is what I'm trying to say.
Okay, so they didn't record the phone calls, but they could say on this date, Rick called this person.
Right.
He talked for 3 minutes.
Exactly.
And this proves the conspiracy because this person was arrested around the same time doing this. So therefore, here you go. We don't have the conversation. We don't have the text messages, but
we got
circumstantial evidence. Right, because did they ever actually, ultimately, what you got convicted for, did they actually catch you with anything, or is it all hearsay, circumstantial?
Well, the drugs, they were providing the drugs. The government had the drugs. We were going to buy the drugs from the government. So technically, they caught us with drugs, but they provided the drugs. And they was providing the drugs on credit, too, partial credit. It was, I don't know, man. That stuff's confusing to me. I hate to even talk about that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, that stuff, that it just, I don't know, it was a difficult time in my life.